Grab some D6s because I'm a rogue and that's what rogues do.
I should probably grab my D20.
All right. That sounds good in my ears, but know that my ears are awful and your mileage may vary. Disclaimer.
I am fully expecting this session to start with a resolution of the cliffhanger and then end as soon as the cliffhanger is resolved.
Yeah, the cliffhanger resolves itself in a puff of logic.
That's
Puff
not
of
the...
Bang kids the whole time.
I don't know if I can use logic or puff in this
Like a-
campaign.
A puff of illogic.
Puff of illogic.
More like a sigh.
Fascinating.
Like a wet
Captain.
fart noise.
A
Of
sigh
illogic.
of logic.
The raspberry.
The raspberry of logic.
There's only one man who would dare give you the raspberry.
And we've come
Wait.
full circle.
Yes. Good job, McDohl.
You're welcome.
Part of my Sunday ritual for D&D is I walk up to the dollar store by my house to get, whatever I need grocery-wise. Today I needed like a gallon of milk and some snacks for the game. And it's just this dingy little dollar store. It's exactly what you're picturing in the saddest strip mall in America, 2 blocks from my house, right? So like you got like the laundromat, like the Chinese restaurant that's like only open 2 days a week, like that kind of stuff. Walk in the Dollar General. The woman working there looks exactly like she came with the place. Like she's just part of the franchise. When you buy the dollar store franchise, you get this woman. That's what she looked like. She's absolutely just miserable, just going through her life, like hating everything. And she's at the checkout, and I'm like coming up with my stuff. I gotta pay with cash, so I have to get in her line. I can't use the self checkout.
Self-checkout.
I'm paying with cash, so I'm sitting in her line, and like I could see like she's looking at the line, and like everybody who gets into it, she's like, oh, right. Then I get up there, and she like scans my milk and looks at my shirt, and her face brightens up, like an angel has lifted her spirits, and she goes, "I love Jigglypuff." I'm wearing a Kirby shirt.
Oh no. Where's the raspberry?
I must have got this from GDQ one year. It's just this shirt with Kirby on it. Like great.
Please tell me you didn't correct her.
You didn't correct her, did you?
Of course I did. I said, no, that's Kirby.
Oh,
No.
You just ruined. You just ruined that poor woman's day.
No, she was still
oh.
happy. She's like, but I love Jigglypuff. I'm like, yeah, me too, right?
Chaotic evil.
And then I put my earbuds back in and I walked home.
Oh no!
I really only have one question for this. Why do you need a gallon of milk for D&D?
Why don't? Well, I have this gastrointestinal.
It's where the shit comes from. He's lactose intolerant. That's
It just
Every
comes...
time the players do something stupid, you should take like a shot of milk and your guts just churn.
you would be so sick.
And you die.
Like, have you ever seen those those bar challenges where like, yeah, I bet you you can't drink a gallon of milk.
Oh God.
People have died doing that nonsense.
Don't
just
drink a gallon of anything.
Well, you can drink a
Just
gallon of
don't.
water. You can drink a gallon of water. If you drink a gallon of water, you just pee it. Your body's just like, nope, it pees it out. But
No, but I mean
milk,
just at a time.
yeah, no,
There,
no.
yeah,
sh-
there was a
if you-
semi-famous story here in Florida. So it's a Florida man story. Yeah, some lady died of water intoxication. They were it was put on by one of the local radio stations, and then the pro. It's like whoever wins gets a Nintendo 64 when those were impossible to find. That's
It
how.
was hold your Wii for a Wii.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what I'm thinking of?
I actually tell this story when I talk about osmotic pressure.
Oh my God. Why would you hold your Wii for a week? That's
Because you couldn't.
It's catchy.
You couldn't get them any other way.
Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah.
How do you even do? What kind of willpower and muscle control do you have to do that?
She died. So
Yeah, she died. She drank like 6 gallons of water, something absurd like that.
yeah, water intoxication. I didn't know what that was before those stories. I was feeling that
Yeah.
story was a lot older than that though.
It's very old. I want to say that's like
Oh, Wii's really old.
2006.
Do you not
So, yeah,
remember this?
That's 2006, but I mean, I was remembering it being. I'm older than that, Raz. Like I remember the Nintendo 64 being impossible to find.
Oh no, yeah, that's fair.
It could
Man,
just be fake.
remember those halcyon days of when the PlayStation 2 was hard to find, and it was like...
Nope, I couldn't
It
afford
was
one anyway,
first-
so it didn't affect me.
It was the
I got mine
first
later.
time that, like, eBay was a thing. And, like, you were talking about, like, double markup on scalper prices on eBay for PlayStation 2.
My dad got me a PS2, and I don't know where he got it from. I suspect it was stolen.
fell off a
my
truck.
My dad was a fell off the truck criminal. Yes.
Yeah.
Bless his soul. He's dead now.
There are days when I'm sitting here and I just like look at my PS5, which I haven't used in 2 weeks, and I'm like, there was a time I would have stomped like God to get you into my house, and now you're here and I just don't even care. And it just looks at me like, but I love you.
I've been playing.
Baldur's
I
Gate.
don't know. Yeah, Baldur's Gate. Before that, I've used my PS5 a fair bit. Like, of course, I think I'm forcing myself to use it to justify buying it just for Final Fantasy 16.
Next time I boot it up, I've got about 10 tracks in Theatrhythm that I haven't played yet.
Like, I do feel like I'm kind of like trying to justify the purchase to myself every time I play it, but I you know.
And I'm still waffling back and forth on a PS5. It's just I've got expenses and stuff coming up that I can't really avoid.
They
They're starting
have
to come down, I think.
they're a lot easier to get, but they're supposedly about to announce
Yeah, just wait for the Pro.
a slim.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, the way I thought of it, like, it's a replacement for a new gaming PC. Like, there's nothing coming out on PC that I wouldn't also play on this. Which is how I justify streaming Tabletop Simulator on a 10-year-old PC that's never been upgraded.
Just for the record, Stomping God for a PS5, better plot than Shin Megami Tensei 5.
I feel like it was a Matchbox 20 song had the phrase "stomp like God," and I just started using it in my day-to-day life. I can't bring the song to mind now. The 90s I was there, so.
They were a tumultuous time.
Yeah.
The 90s existed.
The Nintendo 64 was the PlayStation 5 of the 90s.
I enjoyed the 90s.
I got one, though. I actually got the first Christmas where nobody could get one. My mom found one. She must have stomped God. I don't know.
Yeah. That's what it took.
All
Level
right.
99. Watch out.
I'm going to get a fizzy drink out of the fridge, and then we will be ready to do some nonsense here. Let me put some markers on the board. We'll use green today.
Red.
Oh, we're going to need more than this. Hold on.
Raz mentioned SMT5, and then God was like, and then Brick said Stomp God, and my brain immediately started playing the boss battle theme from SMT3 with the lyrics. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Real quick. Yes, I know. Oh my god. I guess we're in here. Right?
Yeah, we're all inside the Astral font.
Yeah.
These are 10-foot squares, by the way.
Yes.
to
So yeah,
remind
we have to
everybody.
Yeah.
we have to
that just
shrink down to
skipped
the
that.
size of
Debigulate.
Yeah,
Debigulate.
We
have to,
you
like,
make your
debigulate.
cube tiles.
have to be more debigulated than we have ever debigulated before.
So there's your Zodar, is the black one. The inert Zodar laying there. Why would I
One
still
that we
need...
beat up
Why would I still need the Zodar on the map, I wonder?
thinking emoji.
We were all around the Zodar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah, we were all
I
crowded around
don't
the
think
Zodar.
it super matters where.
What?
We all
He's teleported us all over the damn place.
All right, I'm going to get my drink, and I'm going to be ready to go.
Not the brainworms.
just try to make sure I'm the right size. Probably be a little smaller.
How frothy is the froth boy?
Talk about Mousse.
Yeah.
He's been whipped up into a frenzy.
That was just.
Eh?
You're
Oh,
done.
okay, I have noticed a massive flaw in this new desktop setup. I don't have a place for my drink that my cat won't knock over.
Whoops.
I'm
I
gonna have
also
to put a
have that problem.
table behind me or something.
You need a cup holder.
You need a motion.
My
sensor
other
to stay
desk
your
has a
cat
cup
away.
holder. This one doesn't.
I feel like a cat would just take a cup holder as a challenge.
Do you have a
Yeah, one of
lip?
them would.
Do you have a lip where you could
Yeah.
like clamp down something on your desk?
I mean, you saw the picture of it.
Well, I saw the back.
No, I had the front picture too, didn't I?
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
I just
You were
had-
successful though. Cat is
Are-
currently sleeping in the
are-
cat thing.
Are you gonna make me like scroll up to look at your setting?
Don't scroll. Scroll.
You're the one that suggested it.
Well, you're sitting at the desk.
I could take another picture. Is that going to help?
I just wanted to know if you had. Okay, never mind.
It's my
We'll
favorite
discuss-
conversation I've ever heard. I love this.
I'm not sure what constitutes a lip.
Anyway,
Is this a? Is it? I don't know.
Treble,
my
Treble,
brain
deep
is-
breaths.
Oh.
It's okay.
Oh.
Calm down, buddy. It's all right. Destil's a big boy. He'll figure out where to put his drink.
Yeah, Alex, I'll probably just put another table in here.
It's all gonna be okay. And then we'll go out to Dairy Queen. You know,
I thought you didn't. I thought you always vetoed Dairy.
I don't order real food at Dairy Queen. Get their ice cream. It's fine. You can
Ice
get the ice
cream's
cream, the
fine,
Blizz with the
Is
McFlurry,
there
whatever.
even
What?
real food?
It's not real ice cream, so you know.
It's soft serve.
I love soft
Soft serve.
serve.
Soft serve's still good.
It's,
They make decent, what is it that I like there? They make decent, is it a milkshake? I don't know. I haven't been there in forever. We used to live near one.
Oh,
I haven't been there
Blizzard?
since.
I just
No, it's like an actual milkshake or
every
something
fast
like that.
food chain sells something that's like not quite ice cream, but not quite a milkshake, and they all call it something different. There's not like a standardized term for it.
I
They
thought
just-
it was soft serve. That's not that.
No, like I'm thinking like a McFlurry or a Blizzard or something like that.
So
Yeah, it's all
McDonald's is quote unquote ice cream. Dairy Queen's ice cream. They do not meet the legal requirements to be called ice cream.
That's
the
true.
only fast food restaurant that does is Sonic.
The hell? McDonald's
Well,
doesn't have ice cream. The machine's always broken.
Oh my
remember?
god! I was at McDonald's yesterday for dinner before D&D. Before we were playing the World of Darkness game. So my McDonald's got some dinner. My driver's side window doesn't roll down on my car, so I parked, went inside to order, and the menu boards at McDonald's they're screens, right? And they have, you look up, the whole ice cream section just says, sorry, we're out. Sorry, we're out. So, like, they have now codified it with technology. Instead of just slapping a post-it up there or something like they used to do. They can now do it at the software level to tell us that their ice cream's broken.
Oh, I had to read the definition of soft serve. A smooth, semi-solid ice cream that contains less milk fat than regular ice cream,
Semi-solid.
and it is made in and dispensed from a freezer in which it is aerated and continuously churned.
Continuously
appetizing-
churned. Mm.
That's the least appetizing definition I've ever read.
If you like get down and define any food or get that granular into it, it's not appetizing. Never
No.
never go into the kitchen of a restaurant you like.
Never see how hot dogs are made.
Exactly.
That's the level that we're at now.
Chapter 12. Lights of Xaryxis. The Xaryxian Empire bombarded the player's world with astral seeds, which sprouted into crystal vines that began harvesting the planet's energy. Determined to save their world, the heroes fought their way to the Imperial Citadel orbiting Xaryxis, where the next emperor of the Xaryxian Empire was declared. So Zidali has been crowned emperor, and her first act was to tell her guards to seize you. And they begin
Arrest the hell out of us.
streaming in from these other alcoves.
Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
We did. Yeah, I do recall that line being used.
Are we in no chill mode now?
Right now you're in wait for Bricker to finish putting the things on the map mode.
On all the dingles.
All the dingles, that's what we're calling them.
If you've got some chill left, I guess now's the time to use it.
Any fireballs left there?
Oh,
man,
I've been-
this is
I've been
Crisis
tapped
Core
for
all over
days.
again.
Alright, roll initiative.
Why has my character sheet vanished? Milos, get out here. You got one more thing to do. Hey. Wow. Really, Destil? You're on a 21?
No, I haven't rolled yet.
Oh.
Our initiative span the full gamut.
I'm on a 23.
Hey.
Even better.
Hell, am I?
Do you have haste up still? I wrote that down, but
I mean, that only lasts a minute. I doubt it.
Yeah.
okay.
No, haste has run its course. And there's been some finagling since you guys defeated the Zodar as well. Like, there's some stuff that has happened. And the after effects of haste last for how long?
Oh, we're single rounds.
For one round.
I
Okay,
think.
so yeah,
Yeah.
We're beyond that too. So anybody who was
Okay.
hasted, you don't have the benefits, but we're not going to make you fight with haste sickness either.
With a haste hangover?
Yeah.
Okay. Starting on initiative count 30. Unless any of you can beat a 30.
Nope. I got a
No,
20.
don't be ridiculous.
Resounding, supernal voice issues from the Zodar, astonishing everyone. Remember, there's still crowds of people watching all of this. Take the Ring of Stars into the heart of the star where it was forged, and your world will be saved. At this pronouncement, golden light spills from the Zodar's eyes and washes over you. The Zodar then crumbles to dust. All of you replenish all of your hit points
Okay.
Sure.
and enjoy the effects of a greater restoration spell.
Yay!
Oh, I don't actually know what that.
It restores you
supposed to be-
greatly.
I'm supposed to get our
Don't say.
key points and spell slots back.
Nah.
Oh.
Nah, sir.
Well, let's see here. 5e greater.
If I had designed this encounter to run this way, I definitely would, but that's not what the book says to do, so.
Oh, let's see here.
At the
Oh, that's
pronouncement
nice.
of the Zodar, the assembled crowd begins to be it starts looking very, very agitated. I will let any of you who wants to use their reaction right now to make an insight check.
I'll do it.
Sure.
I don't really. Yeah, I'll do it.
Is that 21?
22?
21, 22, anybody else?
My insight's pretty bad. I'm going to save my reaction.
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just say my.
I don't.
Sarge fails. Snot
Yeah,
boy?
I don't pass.
Mm-mm.
Not doing it? Okay. So Lukari and Milos. This Zodar was proclaimed to be the imperial servant of the Xaryxian Empire for generations. And this thing just used its literal dying wish to replenish all of you back to your full health and tell you exactly what needs to be done to save your world with one of these rings. The reason everybody around you is starting to become agitated, and the high priest, who is stepping up onto the lip of the astral font with his hands in the air trying to bring the crowd back down, is because faith in both of these would-be emperors has been shaken terribly. Other words, it's about to be complete chaos here. Nobody's going to be in charge in the next minute or so. The high priest holds his hands up, trying to get control of the crowd again. But he declares, hurling a royal ring into the heart of Xaryxis, motioning to the astral font behind him, will destroy the star and everything within 100 million miles of it. That which survives will be plunged into darkness. And people begin panicking and fleeing the Citadel altogether. Where they're going to go, I don't know. But the evacuation begins.
Evacuate immediately.
Sucks for these guys.
So that was
Self-destruct sequence has been initiated.
initiative.
Well, we have
count
to take.
30.
We have to get the ring from the emperor, right? She still has
Yeah.
it.
Both of them
Well,
have
there's
one.
2 rings.
Oh,
There's 2 rings.
did the Zodar say 1 ring or 2 ring?
One. Either or.
Okay.
And there's a whole contingency for what happens. Actually, it's really dumb. But like, because at the end of the last session, before she inevitably betrayed you, she's like, "Can I have my ring back?" And Milos is like, "Sure, it's yours anyway." There's like a whole thing about what if they don't give the ring back? She just goes, "Okay, I don't care," and has the guard seize you anyway. And I guess at that point you would start this encounter with the ring already. It is, by the way, immediately obvious that anybody taking the ring into the Astral Font will be destroyed. It's a suicide mission. That is perfectly clear.
It's okay, guys. I'm already old.
Sarge will volunteer.
Well, first we got to get a hold of this ring.
First we need to get the ring.
First, you got to get a
Yeah.
hold of the ring.
We're-
So that
We'll talk about noble self-sacrifice
Yeah.
after we get the ring.
so that was the initiative count 30, and the Zodar is no longer on the board. Who's next?
I think I'm next at 22.
Sure
Let's see.
are.
So I've got one level 1 spell slot. And then features and traits. I've
Do you
got...
have Thunderwave?
Oh, hey, I've got 3 sorcery points still.
Are the green the Emperor and Empress?
Yes. So this one here is Zelith, the prince, and this is Zidali, the princess, who is ordering her guards to seize you.
And neither of them have been injured yet.
No, neither of them have been fighting.
They weren't involved in the fighting, right?
Both have
Okay.
a ring, and remember they can both
Yep.
summon solar dragons. So you got that to look forward to.
This is exciting.
This is the Empress?
Mhm.
Alright. First of all, I'm going to spend a sorcery point to pop off a quickened firebolt at her.
Okay.
So that'll hit an armor class of 20, I think they're plus 8. 23.
That'll hit.
Alright. Dealing 8 fire damage.
Okay. Make sure that she can't do silly stuff like counterspell that or anything. Technically, her AC should be lower because up until 2 seconds ago, she was a prisoner of her brother. So, like, unless he put her in her armor
Well,
to stand trial. So technically, her AC is much lower than what it says in the stat block. But the book doesn't say to use a different stat block, so I guess she's just wearing her armor.
It's a ceremonial armor for use in
I guess.
this. I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, you blast her with Firebolt.
Alright, and then I would like to move to here and cast a Thunder Wave.
Okay.
So I'm going to need a DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
From just her or both of them?
I can't get both of them. It's too far away.
Yeah.
Constitution, you said?
Yep.
13.
Okay, so she takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed back 10 feet. The damage will be 6 thunder damage.
Okay.
Actually, do you mind if I have moved to... do I have movement to get to here? Push her towards my party? Yeah, I would be able to do that.
Shove her
Sure,
towards
in
the
that-
party.
Destil,
Yeah.
what?
Oh, is this the font?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we just have to push her into that?
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm there. Sorry, I misunderstood the situation.
So
I thought we had to go somewhere. Yeah, no, she goes back 10 feet.
All right.
I completely misunderstood this situation.
The
I thought we were going to have to fly into the font or something.
the
I thought
book
it was higher up.
does not account for this contingency. But you throw Princess Zidali with Thunderwave back into the Astral Font. She screams as her form is... I mean, you just watched her father's corpse be, sublimated into the font. And yeah, same thing. She's torn up into this laser, and her screams echo away, and her body dissolves into nothing. And people are just... Those who haven't evacuated yet, the guards, her brother... standing there just gobsmacked.
That's the way it should have ended.
You watch as the laser, the font itself, the light follows the path of the laser upward and consumes it as it goes. The energy from it leaves the citadel in darkness. And watching through the dome... Is there a dome?
Oh,
Yeah, there was a big dome above.
It's like a big dome looking
No, there's
thing,
just there's this big crystal at the top. So you watch the laser subsume into the crystal, which shatters apart, showering shards of crystal and glass down into the font and down into the citadel below. The star, Xaryxis, flares after a moment, becoming 1,000 times brighter. Moments later, it is gone.
I hope that was the signal that that the Commodore needed to get us the hell out of here.
And all is plunged into darkness. So, unless you guys are going to do something to stop him, Zelith is going to summon his dragon and get the F out.
Can we knock him? Well, he goes before I do, so I can't knock him out of the font too.
Well, what I'm saying is if you want to play out the rest of this combat round, we can, but Zelith is going to try to escape immediately. And the guards are going to break and run. Like, you're not going to have to fight any of these guys now.
Well, like, we were told this place is getting ready to explode, right? He's
So-
a Saturday morning villain for another campaign.
Okay, so you're going to let... Well, I'll just let you guys decide whether you want to try to apprehend Zelith and drag him out or not. I'll just let you have it whichever way you want.
Okay.
I say we try to take him for to take him to
Yeah,
take
I
him back.
wanna-
We try to capture him to take him home and try him for the crime of nearly destroying our whole planet. I like
Okay.
that idea.
We're going to
Let's
take
do
you
it.
back to the small...
Well, because what
And
he's
the
going to...
village Waterdeep.
On his turn, whichever sibling didn't become emperor uses their fly spell to try to fly up and out of the citadel, and if you try to capture them, they would summon in their solar dragon. But that assumes you're here fighting this encounter, and you guys aren't. Everybody's fleeing. In fact, and if you don't have dark vision, you can't see anymore because the sun is gone.
Like, that's my intent, but I'm not saying that I'm going to demand that actually happens.
I mean, Sarge can fly, and he's stronger than Zelith is. So yeah, if you want to... So here's the map of Xaryxis space. We'll go ahead and queue up the Mass Effect 2 system music here. So yeah, the sun... Everything within this first ring here is destroyed, including this dead planet of Verduran. You guys are way out here, so you can watch the spectacle from afar. But the whole system is going to be uninhabitable. What you're supposed to do before Destil ruined the finale is fight the two of them, take their ring, or one of the rings, and then, like, there's a whole section on what, like, it's supposed to be this moral dilemma. Like, do we...
This
we can
noble,
save our
who's
world,
the noble sacrifice?
save the world, but, like, if we do, we got to destroy the whole system. You guys are supposed to, like, agonize over that and, like, ask all your NPCs for their input. So I have a paragraph from Crux, Mr. Flinch, Garganhale, Topola, Blastomoff, and for some reason, fucking the Treant has an opinion on what you should do here.
Yeah, the Treant has had an opinion this entire time.
Given how every other cliffhanger has resolved itself, this was the only way it should have happened.
Yeah.
No, he's right.
I like this line, so I'm going to share it. I didn't think this was going to end up happening, but if none of you want to do the sacrifice thing after they're both gone and take the ring in, Garganhale shows up and says he's going to do it. And he has this great fucking smooth operator, because he has his little hand that's disembodied but like crawls around. He gives it to Topola and says, "Let it never be said that Grimzod Garganhale failed to give a lovely lady a hand." Fucking aces.
Wow.
So if none of you can do it, the vampire says he's gonna do it. Alright, we sidestepped all of that because Destil used his very last spell slot to just throw the princess into the laser.
We listen, she was going into that laser on somebody's turn,
Yeah.
unless she moved 30
Yeah.
or 40 feet away.
Yeah.
Like, she was going in there because, like,
Lukari has
I
can do
had the
like
shove action ready.
Yeah.
nice.
we could just take the shove action. Like, I
I
could
mean, I
shove.
wouldn't be surprised if Griff wouldn't have just grabbed her and flown in there himself.
Yeah, Sarge just takes the map.
Yeah, Sarge just-
Yeah,
Perfect.
no, he would absolutely have done that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's his duty.
So yeah, I mean, the star system becomes uninhabitable once Xaryxis is dead and into the conclusion. The good news is when you return. Oh, I didn't. Hold on. I didn't upload this picture. It's a great picture. You guys will like it.
I mean,
So, like, one way to play it from here is, like, this is the intro to a longer Spelljammer campaign. Like, that's one way
Yeah.
to do it. And then it gives some plot hooks, but I'm assuming you guys want to go home. Like, I've had enough of this Spelljammer nonsense.
Oh no. Yeah, no. Well, honestly, I think Milos would be like, I'm gonna go home, say hi to mom and dad, show them, hey, look, I got a ship now. I'm going out into space.
it's
Yep.
well,
You need,
like,
you need an engineer.
You were temporary, like it's a temporary ship. It belongs to Crux. You just not gonna give it back?
Well,
That's at the crux.
we can get our own ship and then fly back home.
Yeah.
The adventure doesn't even specify what ship you guys escape on. It just says in the chaos you have enough time to get aboard a ship with a Spelljammer and escape.
Like you just said we stole a ship.
Like there's
Yeah,
no
don't go
there's
home.
no shortage of ships.
Yeah, I mean they probably had a whole bunch that were scuttled from the battle.
I thought I uploaded all my images, but I didn't. This one's kind of an important one too.
So
So
we're too busy reading the front page of immigrant.com.
yeah, getting nuggets of wisdom. So I do have this one uploaded already, which you'll appreciate, I'm sure.
Oh wow, that is pretty.
The
That is
destruction
a nice.
of Xaryxis.
That'd be really neat to have on like framed.
Now, if you were going
You're
to
saying
frame
that
this,
'cause they're-
would you put the bottom
Okay.
in of the frame, or would you like crop the image so it has a flat bottom?
I crop the image so it has a flat bottom.
Coward.
I don't know. I think my
I kind
framing
of like
person
the
is-
bottom.
Yeah, my framing
Yeah.
person's actually really good at her job, and I bet she'd make that look really cool.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Just
you know.
spills out over the bottom of the frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
There's no notes on what kind of rewards you're supposed to get for completing the adventure. I do know that if you tell ChatGPT to generate a D&D adventure for you, sometimes it'll generate a reward section at the bottom. And so, like the reward, sometimes it puts there for solving a dungeon or something. It'll just say, the players get satisfaction for solving the dungeon. And I'm like, that is some bullshit.
What equipment slot does satisfaction give?
If I ever ran a dungeon to completion and told you guys the reward was the satisfaction of completing it.
You've ran a dungeon and told us the reward is fuck you. That's why.
Oh, I've done that. That's different though. That's the wrong ship. What am I doing?
That's the ship we're going home on. Okay.
No, that's I think it's Gargan
like
Hale's
Gargan
ship.
Hale's
That's
ship.
that's
Yeah.
an old picture. I just
Yeah,
uploaded.
that's Gargan Hale's ship. Yeah,
You don't want that ship. It's got explosives in the bottom and an angry
and
ghost
holes.
Right.
that's willing to blow the ship up for some reason.
Why did I
like the
upload
only-
that one again?
The only way the ghost like can die is if the ship is destroyed and it's willing to burn everything down to get one up on you. You have to respect that.
That's like T-posing for dominance. Yeah.
How did everybody feel about their classes that they got to play for 4 levels?
Oh,
it's
man, I
stupid
love-
powerful.
Honestly, I love Swashbuckler. It's really great.
Here is your ship returning back home. No, import! Immigrant, what are you doing?
Oh no! Oh no!
Failed.
Oh god.
Ah.
Everything's broken. I accidentally pasted in like a porn link. Why? Okay. Alright, Immigrant, calm down. Calm down, buddy. Let's
McGurr has chosen violence today.
there we go.
Oh,
What have I done?
So when you get back to the idyllic fishing village of Waterdeep, the crystals are inert and no longer destroying the planet. But I
Small
guess
complaint.
they're still there.
oh, that's sick. Actually,
Now, in our World of Darkness game that we're playing, The game is set like out in like rural Montana, but we all started in a city. Like we got in trouble, we had to fly out there. But he didn't want to like decide what city it was. Like it's not Chicago or it's not a particular city. So we just decided that
Portland.
it was. We just decided that it was Waterdeep.
Oh, suburb of Boston. That makes sense.
Yeah, Waterdeep, Massachusetts.
That's good.
It
Was
tracks
that-
I like
on
it.
some level, right?
That's real
Was
good.
I think like all right, new rule. Anytime we need a random city, it's just Waterdeep.
It's just
Every
Waterdeep.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Waterdeep on every world, and it's only impressive on one.
But yeah.
So you guys
I like
drag
Waterdeep.
Zelith back home and have him tried as a war criminal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's pretty metal.
Sarge will arrest him himself.
I guess he's just glad you didn't throw him into the.
The star?
Well, he wasn't standing close enough. If they had both been in range of Thunderwave.
If the beam hadn't gone away, I would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked that ending better than the noble sacrifice.
How is that not what they intended to happen?
Well, this is the second published material that we've run where you guys just kind of like, where the party was like, I don't like the published ending. I'm just gonna do the nah. Because the published ending of the recommended ending for Witchlight was that Zabilna says that you're like getting your childhood wonder
Memory
or
back.
whimsy, getting all that stuff stolen from you, like it threw the entire path of your life out of whack, which is like one of the things. It's like small like little luck things just didn't go your way, which might explain Mrs. Fitzbiggin, her crotchety old
Her
lady.
entire personality.
Why she's a crotchety old lady when she's like 30?
Yeah. But and like she offers to like send you back in time and prevent, or she does it actually is it's ambiguous about whether it's time travel or she just de-ages you and sticks you outside the carnival. So, but like the ending opens up. The ending is like a line about how like you're you're all children and you have no worries or cares and you have a ticket to a carnival outside of town.
The very final line in the adventure is the end ... question mark.
What is this, Earthbound?
I think
little bit.
I think it's to be like, if we have Dr. Chaotica, like if the prince or princess survived and lived to fight another day, and we get like the cackling, their echoing cackling as we star wipe to the end.
Does it say anything about them like being able to come back?
Yes, the Xaryxian
okay.
Empire, the remnants of it, they have to flee out into the Astral Sea because their system is now unlivable. So they take refuge in the Astral Sea. They still have numerous ships and strongholds, etc. So there's like a whole campaign you can do. And then if Zelith or Zidali get away, they reconvene. Also, they both have clones, so they're still out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, shit. Okay.
So at least one sibling will survive the adventure with a hunger for revenge, is what it says.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Zealot that you take back to Waterdeep, like, the trial gets put off indeterminately because he insists he has to wait for Jonathan.
Oh no.
I actually like rewatched the movie recently and like I missed it the first time, but they're like, but we approved your parole.
Yeah.
Yeah, right at the end of that opening scene.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
missed that. the
So
first
good.
time.
It's such a good line. I love it.
So that was Spelljammer.
Okay.
This is...
I think that.
Well, I guess the most impactful thing is I rolled that 20 on initiative today.
Yeah.
Good job, MVP.
Well done.
I do like I reread the books, the PHB book, with the not the adventure, but I reread that. I don't like the way this adventure is set up at
No.
all.
No,
I
pretty goofy.
I don't think it's very. I don't think it's very good. But I think I was a little hard on the information the first time. I felt like it was a little too But when I reread it, I was like, oh no, there's enough here to build.
I
A
think
You could
setting.
easily,
serious
if we
campaign.
weren't like, if we weren't locked to the 12-week like strict time limit, I think that it could have easily been fleshed out, especially in places like the Rock of Brawl
So-
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In one of the books you get when you buy the Spelljammer box set, you get the monster book, which is all Spelljammer stat block, which is great because you can use those anywhere. You can plug those into anything. Then you get the adventure path we just ran, and then the third book is the Astral Adventures Guide. That's where like all the new player races and stuff are, and that book has enough material that you can flesh out any number of this stuff. Like there's a whole section in the book about the Rock of Brawl. Like there's a whole map of it. So you definitely can get up to a lot of different trouble all over Xaryxis space.
Still think that they could have put a little more in that one. But like I'm the kind of person that I want more. I always want more. Like
Yeah,
more.
like having like a whole
For me,
gazetteer
yeah.
would be really fucking cool.
Well, a
like-
well done source book should leave you feeling that way. You should always feel that way at a good source book.
So like I don't know. I just feel like there should be like I had a couple like questions of like I think there should be examples. Stuff that you should be able to just drop in, like if you like need something in a pinch.
Like space clowns.
Yeah, like space
Everybody
clowns.
needs space clowns.
That's actually that would actually have been a good dungeon to put in the middle, and a couple of those kind of like weirdly light moments, like light on content.
Mhm.
Like they could have literally just put the space clowns in there instead of having them. And like you go into like one of their ships, which is a giant circus tent,
Right.
like, that floats through space. That would have been a dungeon that you could have done.
You go into the boogie tent.
Yeah, you go into the
Yeah,
boogie
the boogie
tent.
tent. The boogie tent from Earthbound, right?
Yeah.
It's Earthbound. Ah.
Spelljammer was never my favorite setting,
No, for sure.
but
Understandable.
I like Spelljammer as a setting. I really
It's
do.
certainly memorable.
It is it's interesting to like to have. It explains like why there are worlds out there, like why there are humans, elves, and all this other world. Like it fits good, and they I think they did dial back the silly, the just more outrageous parts back a little bit in this version, and they also like cut out a lot of the stuff that doesn't gel with the cosmology.
Cosmology.
Yeah.
Okay. Word. The word that like is set forth in like the DMG and Planescape.
Yeah,
If that makes
I don't
sense.
know.
Because I feel like
you could. I feel like you could do a really good, serious campaign with the Spelljammer stuff, but this adventure pack was not that.
right. Yeah. You could do a serious adventure, but like I feel like a lot of the stuff maybe was not as compatible in like they weren't as concerned with like everything being to gel together as one setting.
no,
in,
Light of
like, 2E.
Xaryxis is specifically designed to be like a radio serial.
Right.
Where
Yeah.
every week
Yeah,
you get
no, I
a
get it.
self-contained adventure that doesn't necessarily. That's why every week ends in a cliffhanger, and every episode starts resolving the cliffhanger immediately in the most anticlimactic way possible.
Yeah.
Including the very end.
I like there are some interesting NPCs on the Rock of Brawl. It is a shame that they don't like you go to Large Luigi's pub, but you don't like they don't even mention him at all in the adventure. They just immediately focus on Crux
Hmm.
and
Yeah, there's
as large.
I could have spent 2 sessions in the Rock of Brawl
Yeah,
seeding
for
that
sure.
stuff if I was running this as a low and slow. But I'm never gonna run Spelljammer as a low and slow. Like that's
No,
just
yeah,
never...
no.
Ravenloft
Like
I
I'm
can
not
do.
begrudging you. Yeah.
This
But-
weird ass pirate game I'm designing now, we're gonna do low and slow. But
Like I said, I also kind of came to the conclusion that I get why people say monks are bad. If that makes sense.
because they're
Like,
bad.
I don't think they're bad. I think the base kit of monks is mostly fine, especially if you're good at managing short rest resources. But I think some of the subclasses are just outright bad. I don't think Way of Mercy is very good.
It's really good once you get the free stuff later on. It starts really slow. I think it's actually really excellent when you get to do the extra ones.
So like,
Is that like your 12 ability?
what is the way of
There's like at one point you basically get to use each of your things once every time you flurry of blows for no key points.
I get that at level 3 for the hit.
No,
I
but
use
you
for
get to
the
use
attack.
them for free in addition to your attacks, as opposed to in place of your attacks.
I don't think they.
There's something like that. There's something like either that or they become free for key points when you do flurry of blows.
Well, what they do is at level 11 you can make a hand of harm attack without spending the key point during
Yeah.
a flurry of blows.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm talking about.
you could substitute. I could always substitute.
Right? Yeah.
When-
No, the substitute. Yeah. No, it's
But, like-
getting more free stuff out of it is basically.
So
what
like,
it's
I
it's
think
good.
I think the best and coolest monk subclasses are the ones that have a thing they can do without key points, right? Because you have so many things vying for your key points.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah, well,
flurry of blows, or key point dodge. You have all this, and then anything that you get on your subclass. Like, I think there should be one thing in every subclass that you can do. Like Edmont could teleport.
Yeah. Edmont's teleportation didn't take key points to do.
It
So.
just
So
took
that
his
class
bonuses.
that was. I'm surprised it took us that long to see that one because the Shadow Monk is actually really good.
Yeah.
And then he had he had all of his normal monk bullshit that he could do. He could teleport, and if he needed some utility, he had spells. Like, Hand of Healing is not good. Okay, it's one key point
Yeah.
to restore martial arts die plus wisdom modifier. It never
not a
gets
healing
any.
class,
It
though.
never gets any better ever. And there is no like incentive to use. It takes an action. There's never any incentive to use it as an action.
I
Ever.
wonder why they
So,
put
like,
so many drawbacks on it.
Like if you were to ask me how to make it better, I would say that if you use it as an action, you could upcast it kind of like the 4 elements can do. You can spend
Oh, like
additional key points.
Upcast it for more key points.
Yeah.
I'm less
so-
interested in how to make it better and more interested in why they decided it had to be bad, I think.
Right. Yeah. No, I know, but like it's like there are obvious ways that are present in other monk subclasses to make it like if you have an ability where the correct choice is to never use it, like then why is that ability a thing? Why did they have the ability give you the ability to use it as an action other than like dumping your key points at the when it's time? Everybody just if you have leftover key points.
You should go on x.com and yell at Crawford about it.
Right. Well, you know,
There you go.
like originally they had the ability to, you know, like the ability to just inflict poison when you Hand of Harm is neat. Like they don't get any save, although a bunch of creatures are just outright immune to
That's a
poison.
good
Immune
status.
to poison.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish Warlocks had like a little more pack slots. 2 is very restrictive, especially if you want to use like utility stuff.
I remember when
I
I
mean-
played a Warlock, she got a lot of use, and you guys are going to meet her in Flumph 6, but she got a lot of use out of her reactions.
I actually didn't mind the pack slots. I felt concentration was a bigger.
Yeah.
It was
constraint
bigger
on
value.
on my ability to do things. I really wish Hex either didn't take a spell slot or didn't take concentration.
Yep.
I think they
Either
changed
one of those, I
that
think, would make
for,
it me happier.
I think I think they're changing that for the.
Sorcerer is
for the-
great. You basically almost always get to cast 2 spells a turn, even though one of them is a cantrip.
Yeah,
I
you
think
should.
they've- I think they have reverted that, McDohl. I think they have basically walked back every change that they have proposed, with the exception of the weapon abilities that they introduced, and like, because they're saying they recently said they're walking back the spell list changes.
Well, they're
Which
walking back the half caster, which was
Yeah.
awful, so that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I do kind of, I'm kind of on the fence. Like, I actually like one of the ideas for Warlock was that it could be you could pick to be an intelligence caster, and I think
that
that's
was a
kind of
good
like
thing they should have kept.
like I think you should, when you create a warlock, you should pick whether you're an intelligence caster or a charisma caster as your stat, because you're either bargaining with some
Or you're
villain in that
outsmarting
individual-
them.
Yeah.
or you're
Yeah.
outsmarting them, and you've delved too deep, because the lore is you're delving too deep looking for knowledge.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It says intelligence caster to me, but at the same time, like, I understand the charisma because you're bargaining for
Mhm.
power. So
Yeah.
Well, McDohl got to play my favorite rogue subclass.
It's really good.
I think
Especially,
Boss Walker's really good.
like, I just have so much stuff to do with both action, bonus action, and reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only do I have, because as a Hadozee, not only do I have the just regular like uncanny dodge or whatever, I could also either see. I was always calculating when you were hitting me. Like, okay, is he hitting me within if he hits me with a 16, if he hits me with at least a 16 but not higher than a 19, I could burn a reaction. Okay, no, you miss. It's
Right.
basically a mini shield.
Mm-hmm.
Rogue is just really well done.
Yeah,
Like
Rogue's
people,
always
It
good.
is.
Or if I was going to take the damage no matter what, I have a Hadozee racial trait that would let me just remove some damage.
So the swashbuckler I played was a Tabashi, so which I think it's like just extra speed. Like I do like Tabashi crazy speed, which
Yeah.
synergized really well with the swashbuckler's ability to like stab and then immediately disengage.
yeah.
Where'd he go? He's 80 feet away.
He's gone. Oh, and my
So,
Tabashi had boots of flying, so he was like really friggin' gone.
That's just your DM's fault. I'm sorry.
Sanic dot wave, basically,
Well-
is what I'm hearing.
Our stupid ass DM. Listen. This is the dumbest shit. I would never do this. At the start of the campaign, I said you can have a magic item if you want one, and then I just said I want boots of flying. Like, who's gonna ever
Oh.
allow that? It's
You
ridiculous.
fucked up. You done fucked up on that one, Chief.
Nobody gets boots of flying in a campaign.
I just-
Ridiculous.
In all seriousness, I just don't find flight to be disruptive when I'm running a game that often. Like there's so many, like even in this campaign where you're just on pirate ships all the time and you always have open sky and there's always somewhere to fly to. Like, yeah, Sarge got good use out of his boots, but he never like unbalanced an encounter. He never got anything he shouldn't have had. It's just I just don't think flight is as powerful as a lot of DMs complain that it is.
So it's not that bad, and in fact, it made for some interesting decisions, which brings me to my point of Ranger being extremely powerful and extremely boring. Like, literally, the only thing I had to do was decide whether to sharpshoot or not. I had to comb through the spell list, and when I found Zephyr Strike, I was like, interesting, I will do this. And so I started doing it. But literally, it was just shoot or not. And being a Giff also gave me like, I have advantage on strength stuff, so I was shoving him into melee to give sneak attacks to McDohl or to like soak damage because I had 70 hit points. Like I really had to work to make there be stuff for Sarge to do.
I think but you have to do that for every character. Like you always that's how I approach it. Like you always have something good to do with your action. Sometimes you have to dig for something to do with your bonus action and your reaction.
Well,
Yeah.
with Ranger, you do so much goddamn damage that it seems almost like just sit there and shoot rapid fire, just keep reloading and firing.
Right.
Because like I did like 60, 70 damage one time because I got a crit, and then I had 2 more shots. And it's like, why wouldn't I just keep doing that? Oh, because my party is dying. And so, like, I would shove Sarge in front of Lukari, so he didn't get hit. I didn't know he had all the hit points ever, or just shit like that. And so, like, it made it interesting for me. But, like, if I was playing, like, a cookie cutter ranger where I just sat in the back and, like, okay, I shoot, okay, I attack, like, you could totally do that and be nearly as effective and just like check out the entire session.
That's literally
That's just Ranger.
That's how I played Birdie. Like literally, like, and that's how Chris played. You like there's a line, right? There's a 30-foot line, and then like whatever point there, like a triangle or whatever shape works best. And then you're at one corner, and then the enemy is at the furthest point away from you. And you just shoot them, and you get your sneak attack every round because kobolds have pack tactics. So,
yeah,
well, they don't have pack tactics anymore, but they had pack tactics.
I mean, I root
Xaryxis.
Sarge to be like a kind of a blank character. Like I didn't put very much personality into him at all. But I still genuinely enjoyed him. But it was not because he was a ranger.
Oh, that's actually, I have in my notes here, I forgot, that the light of Xaryxis, when it explodes, creates just the right wavelength of energy that Mousse is completely evaporated and no longer exists.
Right. That's
Yeah.
Along with all other plasmids.
all plasma.
No. Just Mousse.
Oh, okay.
Just Mousse. Oh, okay.
And then his stupid
Just
Phantom
like when
mask
Zordon
clatters to the
exploded.
ground, and Blastomov accidentally steps on it.
No.
Oh.
Come on.
Just
Mousse was
like
great.
when Zordon exploded at the end of Power Rangers.
The next person to put on that mask becomes Mousse.
Oh no.
Like there's ominous music and like there's like just ominous music as it slowly pans away from the mask, sitting there cracked.
Yeah,
And,
I-
like
like,
somebody
both.
The mask just wiggles.
and then like so it wiggles a little and somebody snatches it up. Roll credits.
I don't know why
No, that's post credits.
Yeah, that's the post credit scene.
the Autognomes and the Plasmoids. Like I just can't. I
I don't know.
can't bring them
Autognomes-
along.
Autognomes are exactly what gnomes would make. Like
So what,
There's
what-
two.
what
There's
kind of-
settings. There's D&D settings where I wouldn't want to automatically assume that like steampunk stuff is real.
right, no, exactly. But like, you know, there are like, but Spelljammer and there's some worlds where and Spelljammer is like a melting pot because people like realize that there's something above the Contra Aerosphere and they fly out there.
Hadozee, I'm on board. Like Hadozee are going to be in every campaign from now on because
Hadozee are pretty cool.
they're fantastic. I love the winged monkey people. They're great. There's going to be a Hadozee in Flumph 6. He's going to be great.
The glide ability is really nice.
Giff have been great forever. I just
Give her fun.
I
They're
love
fun.
I love the animal people. They're just always
Oh, you're an inner furry.
How's your what's your opinion on the Thryking Keen? We didn't see one of those.
you did. They were there at the
They're
negotiation.
on the council.
They
No,
were-
I mean we didn't see one in the party. Is
Oh,
what
no.
I mean.
Yeah, I'm okay with Thrycreen. They're cool. The insect people. Like Thrycreen are, I think they really need to be adapted to a setting. Like you really need a setting where aren't they in Dark Sun? Like
Oh, yeah,
they
they're
are.
from Dark Sun.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Dark Sun trappings there.
So, and then when they publish Spelljammer, they're probably just thinking like, oh, this would fit really well, and I think it does. But you wouldn't, like, I wouldn't want to run like a Forgotten Realm style campaign and just have Thrycreen walking down the street, you know?
Right. Giant bug monsters, like adventurers would kill them.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
I get that.
Which is what makes it weird when they're just like, oh yeah, there's just Tieflings walking around in Waterdeep. Like, why? They have horns and they're evil. Why isn't every Tiefling slain on sight? Apparently in Baldur's Gate they are.
yeah.
But no, Thrycreen are cool, and I will let you, if you guys want to play a pirate, Thrycreen, it's on the giant list of what I'm allowing for next campaign. It's going to be great. They didn't put in any new... Did they put, like, new subclasses and stuff for Spelljammer?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That strikes me as a little
New-
odd.
I don't know why, but Wizards of the Coast seems to think that backgrounds are a good substitute for subclass. For as long as they put backgrounds in, they're good. Like race is fine, but like come on, backgrounds.
I like backgrounds because they just give you a good character concept to work with.
Right. But they're not on the same level as races and subclasses, but they seem like they hold it up there, like in the same bullet point list, you know.
That's because it's one of the major things at character creation that people put a lot of thought into, and that gives you a lot of stuff at first level. Like it determines your starting skills and equipment, and that's really important. Background immediately ceases being important, and when you get to the second session, and now you're all just adventurers. So
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed running Spelljammer because it was usually between campaigns we just take like a 6-week break or something and not play anything. And for my part, this was almost like not playing anything because I did 5 minutes of prep work, and then the sessions what was our longest session? Was like 2.5 hours maybe.
Something like that.
Each episode.
I think it might have been the one where you added the
Space Clowns.
space clowns. Yeah.
I had to do Space Clowns.
You couldn't let the space clowns go by without.
Yeah.
No, I 100% value that.
Definitely needed Space Clowns.
Spelljammer is home to the 3 most egregious bad puns, like
You want-
pun type jokes in
Vampire?
all of D&D. Vampirates, Space Clowns, and Giff or Giff.
Is that number one?
I will let you decide. But those are definitely the top 3. We'll let you decide which one is number 1.
It's being left as an exercise to the viewer.
Yeah.
Do you want to... Any more parting thoughts on Spelljammer before we put it back on the shelf and never speak of it again?
Yeah, see you in
10 out of
Waterdeep,
10
I
would
guess.
play again.
If I just like Venmo'd you $100, would you let me play a Plasmoid bard
No.
in the next
No.
100,
Absolutely not.
150, 200?
Are you just going to keep making the number go up until I say yes?
Yes.
Not doing it for 200 then.
$1 million.
I could go on OnlyFans and get 200.
I don't know, man. You're
Somebody
awfully
just
dull.
bounced. Somebody bounced. What the
We
hell?
lost Destil.
Destil's connection is...
Oh no!
Yeah.
Well, starting next week, we're going to be doing character creation for Flumph 6. Everybody has to play my homebrew class. Everybody's going to be a pirate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Isn't that just rogue?
We're all swashbucklers.
You're all swashbucklers, but like not the cool swashbuckler that McDohl just played. Like I homebrewed something. It's bad and unbalanced.
You
So
all
we're
have to be.
basically commoners?
Yeah.
You all have to play one level of swashbuckler.
It also means like is a swashbuckler? Is that like the pirate librarian?
What about swashbucklers?
Why are you like this?
But yeah, we'll be back to actually having to do 5-hour sessions where you guys have to listen to me the entire time instead of getting to break for lunch after an hour or so.
I'm still so pleased with Destil just being like, okay, we're just gonna Thunderwave. This is the obvious thing. Like we have Eldritch Blast Man with repelling shot. We have the guy with advantage on strength checks to shove somebody into the hole, and then we had Thunderwave. Like, yeah, no, that bitch was going in a hole real quick.
Like,
Would you say that you jammed her spell
We did.
We
Yes.
jammed something, that's for sure.
right into the spell hole? All right.
Right in-
Hate the spell.
My question is, did the adventure design it so that they were both standing right in front of the font, or was that something you did?
It
Well,
says
there's
they're
not-
right there with the high priest in front of the font after the
Okay, then.
Zodar encounter.
Yeah.
Like that's where they
I
are.
didn't expect the
If-
players
if-
to just shove them in.
If they're anywhere on the field, then there's nowhere that a determined party couldn't. If they're on the ground on the field, I feel like there's nowhere that a determined party couldn't push them into the font.
So Treble, he's advocating just taking the finale encounter and turning it into a game of ping pong.
Like, I think that, like, if they were, I don't know, 10 or 15 feet off, we would have ping-ponged them in there. Like,
Yeah.
It's on the
I mean,
same
Flash
level.
Gordon did have the tilty floor with the whips. Like, I don't know.
like we had the two ranger, like, we had Ranger who could shove 2 times in a round. I can shove 2 times in a round, or grapple and move her into the thing. We had Eldritch Blast Man with a pew-pew, and
kinetic shove.
we had telekinetic
Oh,
shove,
right.
Thunder Wave. Like the only one who wouldn't be able to shove multiple times in a round
It's Milos.
is Milos, and he can still shove once.
What you're saying is like they should definitely have explained in the adventure why that's not possible. Like this is why you
Yes.
think like maybe a line like only a willing creature can go into the beam. Otherwise, this magic thing like there's a force field or something.
Right.
Well, next week we're not jamming any spells. We're gonna jam our pirate holes instead with the beginning
Hot.
of Flumph Sticks.
This
I
picture is
drew.
appropriate for that.
Is this just? I guess you're right.
It's the prelude to Flump 6, right?
Except for the gigantic crystal spire, which
That's a tree. It's just
full-
low res.
also I think this ship might be a little too modern for Flump 6's setting.
A little too nice.
Wasn't Captain Ice's ship an airship at one point? What are you talking about?
Well, Captain Ice's ship is the Deceit, which
Right.
got retrofitted into an airship. Yes.
Correct.
Find out next week on.
Yeah, we'll find out what the deal
Not
with that
this.
is.
on Not
I mean,
This.
we just put a crystal spire? But if we put a crystal spire somewhere in that ocean, then we also have to put in the fishing village of Waterdeep, which I'm not prepared to add that in.
The small, quaint fishing village of Waterdeep. You have to see it's the whole title.
Why don't you call it like Water Shallow? Or
Is that sufficiently funny that in Flumph 6's setting, one of the trading ports is just the small fishing village of Waterdeep?
It's funny to me.
It's pretty funny.
It's sufficiently funny to me. It makes me giggle every time somebody says it. And I will forever, it has forever changed how I refer to Waterdeep. Like, there's an NPC in fucking Baldur's Gate 3 from Waterdeep, and every time he mentions Waterdeep, I giggle and go, the small, quaint fishing village of Waterdeep.
Gale, that's right, he's Waterdavian, that's right.
Of Waterdeep, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, also Baldur's Gate 3 mentions something that happens in Descent to Avernus, which is cool.
Thanks for playing Spelljammer, guys.
Yep. Thanks for running.
thanks for having us.
Go play something else now.
Thank you for running.